Good morning, folks. A little bit of activity at the water station. I looked out, I saw it all ice. That didn't seem right to me. It's only -3. Oh, everybody's at the water station right now. See if there's anybody in the barn. And not a duck in the barn. Some eggs. But why does it always make me? Yeah, this is the strangest thing. I don't understand it. On this computer, I need the password all the time. But on my other computers, I don't. I don't get it. Doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Is there anybody at the bathtub? I don't think anybody's at the bathtub. Nope. No use streaming blank screens, eh, folks? We'll leave the water station going though, because it right now is a hive of activity because ducks love frozen dirty water. Not, but it's not frozen anymore. I thawed her out. I'll let everybody know at the water station that we are here. Oh, is it ever a hive of activity? Everybody's over at the water station. They were thirsty this morning. I looked out my window and I saw the white on top of the kiddie pool, and I knew right away. I said, "Nope, that should not be like that. It's only -3 out." Oh, they're loving it. Water. Poor ducks. Oh, there's a goose right now looking at us. Oh, he's going to hit the camera. Oh yeah, camera has to be much higher for geese. Mental note. Hello, Digger Pete. Hello, Jennifer. He's looking right at me. He knows I'm looking at him. He's staring at me. I'm worried that they're going to start pounding the camera soon. They're right at the height to hit the camera. Oh, he's leaving. Okay, good. Camera's safe. Man, oh man, I'm gonna have to put the camera up like probably at right at that 4-foot mark in the goose shed. But they got stuff all over the lens of the camera. Got that idea, that thing fixed though for the lens on the camera. I bought clear glass filters, so take off the lens hood, and I can put the filter, clean the lens obviously, and then put the filter on, and then that way they can't get dirt inside the camera. It was like $7 on eBay. That's exactly what I need in the goose shed, because they're gonna get the camera dirty. I did in the barn already, so the lens and everything stays clean inside. They photobomb all the time, Jennifer. Do you not notice the camera's crooked though? It's got a slight angle to it. Getting the car started. Gonna go off to work. Yeah, I gotta go start the truck. I gotta go work. Martin. Oh, that's a good question, Martin. I want to ask you first. Do you believe in God? Don't answer if it's too private of a question. And second, I see you work all the time and I want to be like you, but I'm so lazy. Any tips? If you're lazy, Martin, you're lazy. It's up to you. You gotta light the fire under your own bum. Gotta give yourself some goals. You gotta set some goals, man. That's it. And if you don't have any goals in life, well, go on welfare, crash and burn, be a loser, do nothing. That's basically it. Or light a fire under your ass. Set some goals. I have a goal. I'm starting over, Martin. But I've worked like this my whole life. It's just I was misfortunate. I made some bad decisions. Not bad luck, bad decisions. That turned into bad luck. People call bad luck, or bad decisions bad luck, but it's not. It's like depression. Depression is caused by two things. Either you've got health problems, or you've made bad life choices. That's the bottom line. It says off to work I go, you will be playing in the background. Okay, you're gonna play me in the background while you're driving. Okay, chicken. Donna starts a part-time job this afternoon. So you're gonna go back to bed first? Have a nap before you go start. Everybody's working double jobs right now for Christmas to spend money. See you later, Donna. Good morning, Tracy. Oh no, Jennifer. You know what energizes me? Survival. Trying to carve a niche in this screwed up world. That's what motivates and energizes me, is survival. No, the responsibility of taking care of animals is a responsibility, Stephanie. It's not a motivation. That's just responsibility. You got to do it. Even if you don't want to do it, you have a Martin day where you're lazy and you're laying on the couch and you're doing nothing. You got to get off the couch and do your responsibility. Don't mix responsibility and motivate together. Motivation is wanting to do something because you want to change your life. You want to make your life better. You want to get more secure. You want to fix things that you've done wrong. You know, like. But responsibility, it's like borrowing money and not paying it back. You know, lots of people borrow money and it doesn't motivate them to pay it back. It's just, but I just work. That's all. Been like this my whole life. Just I misapplied myself for a lot of years in my businesses. Killed myself for no reason. I killed myself to employ people. Employed so many people, and it didn't do me any good. Actually, was it yesterday? The day before, I stopped in at Woodworks to buy some screws. Because remember I told you I used all the 2.5-inch screws to do the framing in the Goose shed? And they were like, oh, it's payroll today. And I was like, goodbye, Ford. I was like, I brought back memories. And they were like depressed. He goes, oh, it's payroll today. And I was like, oh man, I'm so happy I don't have payroll. It's like, I remember those days. Writing all that money out to everybody. And it's like, I just worked just to make sure I could pay everybody. I don't miss that. I don't. Ducks, their paycheck? Well, this morning their paycheck was, ignore me as usual. Oh, messenger. Don't be so Klingon. You're so needy. Like, seriously needy. Like this morning, I woke up. I got my house coat on because it's I had to have my shower this morning. I forgot to have a shower last night. I was like, oh, better have a shower. You'll start to stink. So I looked out and I saw the water station covered in white, and I was like, after the shower, gonna have to get my clothes on, go outside, and own up to my responsibility to make sure the ducks got water. And, you know, soon as I broke the ice off, the ducks, you notice how they all came running over? They were like, whoa, water! Good morning, Inga. Doug is doing fine, Robert. Only a mild stiffness like me. Both of us woke up really stiff this morning. It was funny. I was walking around the bedroom all crunched over. Doug got off and he was all crunched over. Both of us are like gimped. It's really funny, actually. If anybody could actually film the both of us, they'd go like, the both of yous are gimped. How do you do what you do? Doug's motivated. He has a responsibility to protect the yard. His motivation is, well, I don't even know what his motivation is. Treats, you know. Oh. Yes, you got me splashing around the pool. How to get rid of the ice. And now the ducks are happy down there, playing in the dirty water. Because we know how much ducks love dirty water. Well, not dirty, but that was my responsibility. Because I could have just came down here, had coffee, and said, oh, ducks, you can wait till like 8:39 when I come out there. But I knew when I saw it. I said, no, my responsibility is to those animals. And I gotta go, and I was not motivated. Believe me, all I wanted to do was sit here and have coffee and relax. So that's the deal. Now, some people need responsibility to motivate them. I don't. I had a really wild dream last night, though. It made no sense. I'll share it with you because it's really a screwy one. Okay. And oh, Martin's trying to make his niche in life on the internet. Martin, if you're doing the web page and it failed and you tried to pass, now you want to write a book and you think, well, no, or try another web page. Maybe, Martin, you're applying yourself in the wrong area. Maybe it's not meant to be web pages. Maybe you need to get off your rear end and go do something, you know? Like, get away from the computer. If you're failing, not everybody, so that's the thing, everybody says, oh, get on the computer and make money. Man, I'm telling you, folks, the computer is so overrated. Like, Martin, anything you think of on your computer, there is some Indian in the country of India. I'm not talking about Native Americans here. There is some Indian that is willing to do it for $5 a day. Okay? And he is a pro at it. He dance circles around you. Okay? So remember that. Anything you think about on your computer, there is some Indian that is willing to do it for $5 a day. If that's what you aspire to be, aspire to do, how about it? But if you get away from your computer and physically go do something that people want, or that crack of the elbow. My back is out today too. I woke up all stiff, that's why. So, Tracy's dream was running a home care, but she kept losing the kids. But Tracy, there's lots of kids out there. Don't let that deter you. You know? So hire one of them for $5 a day. Messenger. On a computer. I need people physically here. How the hell is an Indian on a computer sitting in India for $5 a day going to help the duck adventure? Messenger, you're making no sense. You're talking blabber. But there's lots of kids out there, so don't worry about losing them. Tracy, my stepdaughter runs a daycare. She has an endless supply of kids. So back to Martin. Martin, get away from your computer. Go do something. Get away from your computer. Go and physically get on your feet and go and do something. Something that an Indian can't do for $5 a day. Okay? There's my advice to you. It's like Tracy. You can't hire Indians for $5 a day on the internet to run a daycare. Could you imagine Tracy, how many kids you'd lose? Well, we had them on webcam and they were watching them, but they went out of view and then they just disappeared. Sorry, folks, we got the video evidence. They just walked off. They hit the red button in India and let us know the kids went out of sight. That's all we can do. What do you expect for $30 a day? Anyway. So Martin, don't thank me. Just go do it. Just get off your rear end and go do something. Okay? I had a dream that I did a big fundraiser, folks. This is huge. And I took all the money, and this is very, very strange, and I moved to Australia. I was in Australia with the GoFundMe money. I have no aspirations to go to Australia. None. Never have. I don't know why I was saying Australia. It was like, the last place I want to go is Australia. They got far too many critters there that can kill you. And it's far too hot for me. I'm not into that 40-degree stuff. No good day mates me there, Carl. That's it, Inga. Like, I watched YouTube videos, right? And it's like, how would you like to go on your back deck? You go on your back deck, you open your patio door, and there's a spider this big that can kill you on your back deck. I'll pass on that. Imagine how many pets you lose. Oh, wow. Yeah, well, we've had 19 dogs in 27 years. What's happening? They get poisoned. You know, things are killing them. Snake bites and, you know, duckfoot platypus, you know, jabbed his little stinger into him and killed the dog. Well, oh yeah, or the very little spider, the very little one, yeah, that poisons you while you're sleeping. You wake up and you wonder why the side of your face is exploding, and then you're dead. Or the dingo took the poodle. Exactly. The dingo took the kid. Tracy, don't open a daycare in Auslan, because the dingoes will come and take your kids. You have to worry about the camera and the Indians watching them on the Wi-Fi. I'll pass on that. Not interested in that country at all. That continent, I should say. It's a continent, not a country. Well, it is a country, but it's a continent. Anyways. I'll pass on that. I'd rather go to South America. At least South America, you know, what are you going to do with the odd poisonous little tiny thing if you're in the Amazon, and maybe if you're lucky you run into a jaguar. Nothing like that death continent. Man, there's way too much stuff in that continent that'll kill you. So I don't know why I would go there. How am I today, Vista? I'm sore. I got a sore back, wicked sore back, stiff. Slept. I woke up 3 times, but that wasn't that. It wasn't the end of the world. But I have a very stiff back today. Doug's stiff too. We're both stiff, and we're gonna go outside. And today's event. Today's event is finish the goose shed. Yeah, is that strange, Inga? How New Zealand, or New Zealand, as you refer to it, is so complete opposite. It's like how did so much death get trapped on that continent, but nothing in New Zealand? It doesn't make any sense. Like, how did Mother Nature do that when they split the land masses apart? Oh, we'll put all the death over here, and you know. Now, New Zealand is a little farther, you know, yeah, a little farther south, eh? So it's a little cooler. Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe it's the coolness part. But the Tasmanian devil is in New Zealand. Is it New Zealand? Yeah, the Tasmanian devil's in New Zealand. It's a nasty little critter. But they're almost extinct now because they've been getting killed off. I'd go to New Zealand. I had a person who worked for me back in the 80s. He was from New Zealand. His family was a sheep farmer. They had a big sheep ranch. Big. Huge. And his dad wanted him to take it over, and he didn't want to, and he moved to Calgary. and became a light bulb salesman. And he used to tell us craziest stories about the sheep farming. Oh. Messenger thinks that only people with the blue wrench get responses. But yet I talk to Jennifer, who's off her meds half the time. I talk to Samuel. There's Samuel right now. He's talking. Oh, Samuel's little sister is 33 years old today. Happy 33 years old. But I only talk to people with wrenches, according to Messenger. Messenger is pretty high maintenance, man. Almost borderline annoying here, Messenger. You're going to trigger me. And you know what happens when I get triggered? Never good. It's never good when you get triggered. I don't put up with stuff. Philippa, how's Doug today? I just answered that. Doug and I are stiff. I talked to Stephanie too. I talked to Virginia. There's a Virginia. I talked to Lester. Lester can be really annoying some days. He can send me right over the edge, but I bite my tongue because Lester's the man. He's here all the time. And he keeps changing his icon picture, which just totally screws me up when I see the different avatars. I don't know who the hell he is some days. Miss Cock Girl, I say hi to her. Carl, I talk to Carl all the time. Beverly, like I talk to everybody here. Miss Bailey, like I think Messenger is going to get. He's going to trigger me one day. I'm going to just have enough because I hate accusations that are unfounded, no facts behind them. Lodorado, I talk to Rita, like Beverly, I talk to everybody. Hey, you give me a good comment, I'll chat with you. Doug's talking to everybody right now. He's interrupting the conversation with some barking. No, he's gonna leave. He's gonna sneak into the room. Get back here! Get in here! Come here! You, come on! No, don't. Doesn't mean lay down in the hallway. All right, he's laying in the hallway. I talked to Tracy too. I try to respond as much. I think I do a pretty good job at the chat, folks. I try very hard. I try to have a dialogue, and I try to talk to people that have questions or say constructive things. Just being needy is a good way. Actually, I honestly, I ignore people who are needy. I do. Not gonna lie. That's how it works. Okay, so now you're asking a question. If you looked on another stream, you would get your answer. See? That's a trigger question. I got 3 streams running outside. 2 of them are outside. 2 streams that are outside that clearly show what happened here last night. Anyways, let's change the subject from the needy ones to the chat. There's a kind of rhyme to this chat. It takes practice. Jennifer, to speed read, do improv, and answer questions, and sometimes even hold a camera, and then do something. It takes a little bit of practice, and it takes a little bit of talent. Just a little bit of talent, not a lot of talent, just a little bit. And Tilly, if he doesn't get inside here and see the chat and have a little interaction on the morning coffee, the day's not complete. That's why I always do now the morning chat. I get up and honestly, folks, I get out of bed, and this motivates me to get my coffee, turn the camera on, and have a chat with you. Because sometimes during the day I get so busy that I can't chat, that I got to set I can't even set a camera up to watch me work because right now we've got the winter gun to my head because I got to get ready for the ducks. But it's like this is my only chance I have to interact with everybody that's watching what's going on here. So it's sort of like it's catch up for me too in the mornings. We get to chat, talk about stuff. The chloroplast is in the garage warming up. I put it in there last night. First thing's going to happen today is I'm going to go out and do egg recon. I'm going to change the water because the ducks, they like dirty water. and I'm going to go and get the handsaw, and I'm gonna go. I'm gonna see about setting the camera up. See how that works out. Maybe the iPad or something on the floor with the Gorilla Pod, and you can watch me struggle with the foam. And then I'm gonna clean the whole place up inside, and then I'm gonna put the coroplast up, and then I'm gonna put the roof fence on. And what else I gotta do in there? Put some kind of temporary lighting, put some straw on there, hang a feeder. You know, open up for business today. Right now, Tracy, I'm not streaming Egg Recon because I've got the winter gun to my head. I've got a little bit of a problem right now. I've got the winter gun to my head. So once the winter gun is off my head, and I can get a little more relaxed, because it is a little bit like, you know, I've got the system set up to do the point of view live stream. It's all set up, ready to go, but it is a little bit of a rigmarole. You know, it's not, when I've got the gun to my head where I've got to, you know, like go do the eggs, do the water, and then bang, start my day. The problem is I got too many things on the go. Once I get my to-do list gone and we get a little more even keel, then we'll get on to a routine that you can see the ducks and me working and that. But right now, all this project stuff is really throwing the show off a loop here. But you see at the end of the day what I've accomplished. Like, you can't accomplish all of this if you're screwing around with cameras. You can't. Unless a second person here running the camera was the only way that you could change the game here. Like if I had one of those Indians for $5 a day here with running the camera. I picked up 5 eggs this morning on the ground. Jennifer saw that, me walking around. Yes, Lester, I have to focus right now because the winter gun, like, give you an idea how much time I'm running out here. Just to give you an idea, like, this is serious, guys. The gun is seriously to my head. How many days do I have left? I have 2.5 days. Maybe 3, but probably 2.5. I've got today. It's going to be 0, -8 tonight, -2 tomorrow, -8, and then -2 on Saturday, -10, and then it's -7 is the high, like it's cold. So that starts on Sunday. So basically, Saturday afternoon, it has to be done. That's what it's good. That's the bottom line. And what is Petawawa saying? Same thing with Petawawa. Oh, -14 Saturday night. I really want to have the divider done, the barn done, all of this stuff done. So I've got stuff to do. I know, Vista. You've posted that twice now, but allegedly I don't reply to people in blue with the wrench. But I saw you post that twice. I'm almost there. I'm almost there. Wouldn't the goose shed be a good place to start the ducks and the geese? What do you mean start the ducks and the geese, Rita? Hello, Michelle. And I got Christmas lights to do. Exactly, Michelle. Once all this, but the Christmas lights can happen afterwards. They are going to happen afterwards. Like I can do Christmas lights -10, -20. That doesn't bother me. What I'll do is I'll bring them into the garage, stretch them all out, and then I'll take them outside all unstretched. I won't try to unstretch them outside. You're just trying to reassure me that I've done lots this fall. Vista, I just look around and I go, wow, it's like a tornado of accomplishment has hit this place since October 23rd. I think it was the 23rd. Because the 12th, the ducks left. And I think it was the 23rd my buddy came. What was it? October 23rd was when he showed up here? Let me just go back in the old calendar. So the ducks left on the 12th. Am I here? I better check this to make sure. It says that I've just lost the internet. Okay, I'm back. It says I'm live. For some reason, I just lost my internet connection. And I'm running on the house router. Like the house is not, I'm not even 14 feet from the router. It says I'm live on YouTube. I'm just looking at it. It says stream status good. Okay, so yeah, so since October 26th, because I worked that week I took off, which I really didn't take off from the 12th to the 25th. Remember I had all that prep to do to get ready for them to show up. It's been non-stop action here. You think about it. It's almost been, I bet you by the time I'm done, it'll be almost 2 months solid. This fall of go, 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 getting the, to get the action happening here. To get ready for an awesome winter of live streaming. Like an awesome winter. Like, I'm really excited about this winter, streaming this live. That's what motivates me. There you go. There's some motivation. That actually is, that's what motivates me, because I want to do an awesome show this winter, and I don't want any hiccups, and I'm basing my whole season of streaming experience trying to anticipate winter problems and setting it up so we don't. That's what motivates me. So that's show the frozen Goose. Goose is dead. I think the winter is going to be interesting, Inga. It's going to be the only place on YouTube that's going to be like it. A barn with too many ducks, and a goose shed that's far too loud. You know? The Magoon, you mean, not Mick. It's M-A, Magoon. But the Magoon's just a sheet of ice. Just a sheet of ice right now. Frozen solid. You know what we need to look for this winter? We need to look for a radio-controlled pontoon boat. Something about 18 inches long is what we need to look for. Something that we can put a duck decoy on top of, and that I can hot glue a bracket of some sort to hold the iPhone 4 that Tom sent me, so that we can live stream swimming with the ducks next year. I thought of that this morning too. It's got to be a pontoon boat, not a racer, speed racer, nothing like fast. We need, no, it's rough, Carl. The pond's rough. It's frozen, unfrozen. It's bad ice right now. It's going to have to be flooded to skate, because it's thawed out, got rough, froze. It's just a mess. But a flat little pontoon boat, about 18 inches long, is all we need. Something to put a plastic duck decoy on, and then under the plastic duck decoy's chin, put the iPhone. You know? Because I really, really think that's going to be so cool, live streaming, swimming with the ducks. That was one of my thoughts this morning. So this winter, we have to find one. A decent one. It would be nice to find one that had a good battery. I have a plastic duck already. I have the decoy duck. I've got it. We lost the male. The ducks ate him because his body was made out of styrofoam. He was old. I got his wood head, but the body got eaten. Hell. No, we don't need a waterproof case. The phone will be on the boat. A little bit of splashing won't hurt. Oh. I don't know if the geese ate him or the ducks ate him, but his body was made out of styrofoam, and his body disappeared, Virginia. Just disappeared, and all there was the head attached to the line. The head's made out of wood. Doug is getting chubby? No, Doug's not chubby. Styrofoam doesn't sink, Vista. Styrofoam floats. Are you not aware of this? But anyways, that's what we're gonna come up with. A flat pontoon barge, you know what I mean? A barge. Like, type idea. But we need a good battery system. Or we can upgrade, something we can upgrade the battery. Because I can put a battery pack on the iPhone, so maybe we can like get like an hour and a half of streaming, driving around. I think next year in the Magoon, you know, putting around slow, and the ducks will get used to it. It'll be like awesome. I can make that? No, I can't. I have no interest in making electronic remote control toys. I'll buy one and modify the crap out of it. That's me. I'm a MacGyver. It'd be cheaper to, it'd be like a Roomba but live stream with ducks. It would be awesome. I think it'd be really awesome. Because the ducks would get used to it. And they wouldn't even like, I think you honestly could bump into ducks with it. And maybe, this is just maybe, because I'm going to sell my drone, the P3 I have, I'm going to sell it. Because I can't stream with it, so it's absolutely no use to me. I'm going to check into getting rid of it and getting a drone that I can stream with. Because I know for a fact that the ducks get used to drone really fast. And I want to stream droning. Like, that would be cool. I think it would be really cool. Yeah, I'm gonna sell it. That's what I'm gonna do, Michelle. I got it sitting in my living room on my table. I was looking at it and I was like, I gotta get rid of this thing. I can't stream with this drone because I don't have cell service. That's the problem. I need a drone that plugs in hardwired to the phone so that I can use the Wi-Fi on the phone to transmit to the internet. The problem is this drone uses the Wi-Fi to communicate the video that you're watching. Well, actually it connects to the drone controller via Wi-Fi. So I need a drone that the controller connects to the phone with a cable so that the Wi-Fi is free so that I can use the Wi-Fi on the property to stream. That's my dilemma. And why am I losing the internet? Are we live? Okay, we're back. That makes no sense. I'm back. There's something going on. Because I just watched the disconnect on YouTube. On the browser here. It's got to be some kind of problem with Kajcom. It's got to be. That's the problem today. Yeah, anyways, if I would have spent $300 US more when I bought the drone last year, when I crashed that one, and I bought another one there on Black Friday sale, if I would have spent $300 more US and bought the professional one that used the different transmitting system, I wouldn't have this problem. But I was cheap, and I was like, oh no, I can get away with this. Unfortunately, that was not in the plans for the future. No. Because light bridge, that's what it is. It uses the light bridge to communicate with the drone to the controller, so you don't need the Wi-Fi. And you actually plug your phone into the controller. And then that way your Wi-Fi is free, so you can drone live stream of the ducks. So I'm going to sell it. But I don't have to worry about that, Michelle. I don't get much chance to drink here during the day when I'm working. Pretty busy schedule. But I know I'll have no problem getting rid of it because I've never flown it. This is the one that crashed and then sent it away, and then they fixed it and sent it back. So the log on it shows that it's never been flown, so it's virtually brand new. But that's next year. But I'm more interested in the barge. The barge is more interesting, actually. Swimming with the ducks, live, up close and personal. I think that is really... You know, the camera angle at water level will be, it will be epic. So that's what I thought about this morning after I woke up from my dream of moving to Australia with all the GoFundMe money. But it was the weirdest thing. It was Australia, but my water pipes were freezing. And then I woke up and saw the kiddie pool frozen. So that's bizarre. I don't know. Because I don't think anything freezes in Australia. I think even the most southern tip, they might have some mountains there with snow. Robert, I'm answering Robert with no blue icon beside him there, Messenger right now. Robert's asking a very good question. When I'm going to install the fencing to separate the ducks and the geese? In a matter of days, Robert. In a matter of days. I have less than 2.5 days to get ready for winter. So that has to get done. I'm not going to search on eBay right now because I'm focusing on the winter gun. It's going to happen real soon. I got the wire done. That's what my buddy and I cut. The old dog pen, we cut 2 feet off the bottom, all the rest of the stuff. So I've got a perfectly good, about 80 feet of wire, and I'm going to use that to separate the pen. So it's not, and all the old posts from the old dog pen, the old pen, are still in there, and I'm going to run them through around there. And that's what the geese are going to be getting, that much space. The ducks are going to get most of the space because there's only 22 geese. So they don't need a lot of room. I'm thinking I might run it from the water station across to the posts, up, and then to the back of the shed so the ducks have the whole backside. So actually, Virginia, I saw the duck, and it isn't really getting beaten up by the geese. It's the weirdest thing. It's trying to mate with the geese. If you notice when a duck gets on their stomach and they get low like that and they lay their heads down, it's a submission thing. They want to be mated. Now this duck is confused because it's doing this with the geese. And it could like get up and walk away, but it doesn't. It lays down and it's like do me. And it's like, it's a goose, you silly duck. So they get really confused, the ducks, because they could just get up and walk around. So that's the situation there. But that's going to end soon here. It's going to end. Because we're going to separate them. And when they get separated, all of that will end. Yeah. Which is very soon. Today's goose shed gets completely done. Completely done. Finished. I saw it yesterday morning in Virginia on the stream before I did coffee. I saw that goose, that duck laying there. Oh. And then the other geese were coming around. Did you see that with the other geese? When the one goose does that, or when one duck does that, then the one goose, actually it was yesterday, it was a weird thing, it was a female goose. And then the other geese were coming over just blowing a gasket, telling the one goose to leave the duck alone. Do you ever notice that? It's the weirdest thing. You know, you'll get one goose doing that to a duck, And then the other geese come over and they just blow, you know, trying to stop the goose. And then the thing is, the goose that's doing it to the duck is just ignoring all his buddies. Yeah, shut up, you know? Because I hear it in the house sometimes. I'll hear the freaking, I'll look out and it's a bunch of geese around one goose telling it to stop what it's doing. But that's all going to end here real soon. This is going to be a very, actually, this is, hello mother, this is going to be, I'm answering somebody else without a blue icon there. So it's just so that Messenger knows. Just, anyways, you missed that earlier, mother, just so you know. This winter is going to be a very, how you say, relaxing for the ducks, because there's not going to be any goose shenanigans going on. Oh, good morning, Maggie. See, I'm answering another person without an icon beside their name. I think I do pretty good at answering people. Norm Barr's here. There you go. So, that's what's going to happen. I'm going to make another dent in the winter list of things I've got to do here. And I've totally neglected my channel. I haven't gone through and fixed the live streams. I think it's 4 days now. I was looking last night going, oh, there's like an hour and a half worth of sitting there doing that stuff. I hate when I let it go. I got my emails. You would not believe the amount of emails I gotta go through. It's just, I've been slacking it because I'm working on this winter gun to my head outside. Well, the problem is, mother, all my streams are, all the videos, I think it's 4 days now, I haven't monetized them. I've just been doing this for free. You have to go back to work? Unacceptable. I'll be here working later if you want to check in. I gotta get more coffee. Gotta snap to it here. Oh, stiffness. Oh, and everything I gotta do in the garage today, I gotta do bent over. It's gonna be a brutal day on my body. Yeah, Virginia, I saw that, but I'm way behind on that too. I saw that come through, and it's like I'm gonna be. You might not get it for Christmas, because I'm like I got the winter gun to my head, folks. As you know, ducks come first, t-shirts second. I hope you can understand. I gotta get this stuff done. The winter waits for nobody. And I would really hate not to have all this done. After, you know, we're so close. We're so close to the wire, you know? Actually, Norm, what I'm going to do on the cable to the tower deal, I'm going to, I got it running. I got no backup cable now going to the barn. No backup cable. So, which is a bad situation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to order another cable, and I'm going to wait till later after I get the winter gun to my head done, and then I'm going to run another cable, because I need to have backup. I need redundancy to the barn, because we know what happened this year when we had problems, and if it wasn't for the redundancy, we would have had no streaming. It was the backup that saved us twice with the lightning strike. So that's what I gotta do. Oh, was Vista sick? I was asking if she's feeling better. Did you have a touch of the stomach flu or something? So I'm going to run another cable. Because I like to have a cable that runs right from my network switch in the living room, the big network switch, straight to the barn without going through the switch in the back room. Just a direct line. Less things to go wrong. So I got to do that. I got to redo my network to fix this screw up from the lightning strike. I can't believe that cable got fried. Thankfully, I checked it. Someone told me yesterday, oh, Matt, it'll work. No, Matt, plug it in and make sure. Yeah, well, it didn't work. I was like, damn. Undo everything. Oh, you folks wouldn't believe it. Like, I was in the garage, and I got it all wired up. I zip-tied all the lines. It was like, I had it all ready to go. I thought this is going to be easy. Just walk up on the roof and stick it in the bracket, off to the races. No. I had to undo everything I did in the garage. Everything. It was frustrating. 2-hour and 45-minute job turned into 7 hours. So, but she's working. It seems to be working. The streams, actually, let me just check. I want to check here because last night I had some stream problems with the water station, but it looked like it was working this morning. And nobody's complaining. Oh, just lost it. It's gone. The stream for the water station is down. No, it's back. It's got to be those Wi-Fi transmitters. It's got to be. It has to be. Because this is the same problem I had when I was running off the router on the roof. And now I got the tower. And I changed it to 2.4 gigahertz from 5 because I was having a problem with the 5. And it's like the tower is not even 75 feet line of sight from it. It's got to be those Wi-Fi transmitters. And I even rebooted them last night. Did a hard reboot. But right now it says the stream is good. The health is good. We're transmitting in full power. I just want to see what it looks like. Okay, the ducks aren't interested in the water anymore. They're all around it, but they're not doing anything. But it seems to be working. Or is it? Oh yeah, okay, I see a duck feather move. All right, they're alive. It's not a frozen screen. It's working. Yeah, I see ducks moving. Okay, so we're live. It's working outside. I'm anyways, soon we're not going to have these Wi-Fi transmitter things happening. Problems. Because the goose shed's going to be hardwired, and the barn's hardwired, and so the only time I'm going to be doing outdoor streams is going to be it's going to be on a tripod and with a camera, which will be much easier to control the situation. But I'm thinking there's something going on with those Wi-Fi transmitters. I'm having problems now. No, Jennifer, the water stream's going because I was out there at 6 a.m. busting the ice. Good morning, Patty. Fat finger Patty. Oh, there's Digger Pete. I haven't seen you. Where have you been, Digger? Yeah, so there's something going on because we've had no problems with the those homemade Wi-Fi live streaming contraptions I came up with. They work great for like how many months? Like I came up with those things July, June, Like we've almost gone a half a year and never had a problem. You know? And all of a sudden now, and we've had some cold weather, like minus 15 weather, and they worked. But lately, the last week, it's been crapping out. So I don't know what's going on. They might just be, finally dying. Maybe their lifespan is not what they should be because of the conditions that I'm using them in. There's a lot of electronics, they tell you the operating range. And since that technically is indoor equipment, the operating range on it is like probably 0 degrees Celsius to, 35 degrees Celsius, indoor temperature type thing. It's not meant to be going to minus 15, so it could be cropping out. Because they are indoor. They're meant to be plugged in your wall in your house, not, plugged outside in a garbage pail exposed to the weather. That's not that makes any sense. I could be Papa Smurf with the blue jacket. Well, we'll see if it's the right color blue, Norm. You didn't have a coffee with us, Maggie? Don't you have a coffee machine? You just hit the button and it does it? You've sat here for the last 30 minutes with no coffee. How do you do that? I can't go that way. I need coffee like right away. I haven't seen the jacket physically yet. I saw some pictures on the internet and bought it used. $60. And then Don was so nice, he sent me $60 when he heard I spent $60. So I got a used jacket for working in, which is way better than looking at those $400 jackets. I couldn't wear a $400 jacket working. Oh. But my poor one, like today I'm gonna wear the purple jacket again today because I'm working. But it's hurting bad. Oh, it's bad, folks. It's really bad. Every time I wash it, I find, those little black patches that I have? I use some pretty heavy duty weather stripping adhesive, 3M automotive adhesive to stick those things on. But every time I do laundry, I kept finding the little patches in the dryer, in the wash machine. I found some in the duck pen the other day when I was cleaning the duck pen. I found 2 in the duck pen. They're falling off the jacket, They won't even stick anymore. I'll wash it, Carl. That's the first thing I'll do. I'll give her a good washing before I wear it. Why I have so many coats behind me, Tracy? I have coats for different conditions. When you're working outside, in the conditions I work in, depending on the conditions, depends on the jacket you wear. You can't wear the same jacket for everything. Either you'll be cold or you'll be overheating. So you gotta wear, like I've had where in the morning wear one jacket, I have to switch my jackets in the middle of the day because the conditions change. It's like boots. That's why I have so many boots. Because you gotta change your situation when you're working outside. No. But it's not really, it's like, how the morning starts off cool and then it warms up during the day? Well, the jacket you wear in the morning is is your cold jacket, and then when noon comes, 11 o'clock, and it starts warming up, and you got to change your jacket. The purple jacket has been a staple in my life, Ron, since 1991. It's gonna be, I'm telling you folks, you have no idea how sad it's gonna be to say goodbye to that jacket. It's like who's that peanut character Charlie Brown with the blanket? Where's the guy with the blanket? He can't let go of his blanket. Like, is it Lionel? Linus? Linus. Okay, that's what that purple jacket's like to me. It's gonna be so hard to let go of it. Like, I don't know if you've seen the latest ripping it, the latest blowout. I call it blowout. Oh. It's so sad. But the zipper's, it's done. The zipper's done. But like, so when I put stuff in my pocket, it hangs outside the jacket now. And no matter how much patching you do, you can't fix this. Okay? This is people would probably pay big bucks for this, eh? It's like those holy jeans. I think I'll keep it. Just to wear it, you know, when I want to feel really poor. But I want to show you people what Gore-Tex is. But a lot of people don't understand what Gore-Tex is. Okay, I'm going to give you a Gore-Tex lesson. We got enough people here for a lesson? Because a lot of people don't understand Gore-Tex. Okay, so you got your fabric on the outside, okay? So this is your fabric, your nylon, polyester. This is some kind of really high-end nylon because I'm amazed that, that it's lasted this long. But what the Gore-Tex is, it's a membrane on the inside. Do you see that? The white? That's the Gore-Tex. And what it is laminated onto the material. Okay, and that's where the waterproofing comes from. All right? That's it. And Gore-Tex is really, it's like Teflon, okay? Because that's actually where it came from, is that, it was into Gore-Tex invented Teflon pans. And then he came up with the Gore-Tex, or he came up with the Gore-Tex, then invented the Teflon pan, either or, but it's the same company. Teflon and Gore-Tex, same stuff, different pile. You follow me? Anyways, so, and this is what they make spacesuits out of, also, is the Gore-Tex material. I think it's the Teflon is what they used, is a NASA invention. Exactly, Virginia. Because it was done for spacesuits. Then it went to Teflon pans, and then the Gore-Tex. That was bottom line. It's all the same stuff, but that's, I'm not totally sure on the chronological events of how it unfolded, but that's what Gore-Tex is. Oh yeah, look at you can see through. It's starting to get thin enough. The nylon is starting to get, you can see through it. I don't know, can you see through it? Yeah, see the holes in the nylon? Anyways, so the zippers go in. It's been a good jacket. It saw lots of fires. It's tons of fires. Like, it's got all the little white spots on the back. There's all these little white spots. They're burn holes from fires. Hot coals hitting me. Oh man, this jacket. A lot of fond memories. Yeah, but it's like so worn out. Like, look at this. It's like that's the thing for tightening up the wrist. She's no longer waterproof, I'll tell you that much. No longer waterproof. So, do you think I should auction it off as a fundraiser to get the vintage jacket, the official vintage purple jacket, signed, and I'll sign it with black magic marker, like on the back or something? I don't think people would want it. But I know one thing, I probably won't throw it away. I'll probably wash it and I'll hang it up in the closet. They're out of business, Norm. The factory where I bought that closed. The factory used to be up in Foymont. I bought it in the August sale, August 10th sale. Long time ago. They, every August they used to have a big sale at the factory. And I go up there and buy all kinds of winter clothes stuff. That was many years ago. Like, I'm not kidding you. 92, it'd be 92, because I moved here in 91, so it'd be 92. That was the first jacket I bought there. And it was expensive, even as it was a factory second, actually. It was a factory second, and it was still like I think it was like a couple $100 back then. But think about it. That much use. That's amazing. 20, 25 years of use for a couple $100, and it has been well used. and a lot of years it was waterproof. Like, it was really waterproof. It was my go-to jacket to be in the rain. Uh, if I would have known what I know now, Ron, I would have bought a couple of them. I would have bought a half a dozen and put them away. Because you have no idea, these tent sales they had, the jackets, it was nuts. Like, it was, if I would have known what I know now, I would, because they're like crazy high-end jacket, good material, but they closed the factory. They had a factory in Foymount, and they had a factory in Renfrew. The Renfrew did one Sierra design, which is still going. They're still alive, but that was Blackstone that was up there, and they had lifetime warranty. You could send it back to the factory. You go down to the factory in Renfrew, drop your coat off, and they'd fix it, and then fix it, and give it back to you. Hindsight's always 20/20, Carl. Always, eh? It's like $5 Bitcoin. Oh, man. Anyways, can't live in the past. I'm living in the future. I got 2.5 days to get ready for the future. They didn't quit making it. They offshored it. The factory moved to China, and everybody got laid off. They used to make fleece. Actually, you can see the fleece there. See the red fleece? The purple fleece. There's a black fleece. That's also Sierra design. That purple jacket's them. There's another jacket over there. Oh, right there, that arm you see right there. That's another jacket of them. The Bitcoin hack. Yeah, it's because people aren't storing their encryption keys. Now that Bitcoin's worth so much money, people are being real sloppy with storing their encryption keys. The blockchain key. You're going to see more and more of that, Vista. Because now it's worth, the hackers are like honing in, trying to find these people, these idiots. That, like, put it this way, folks. If you had, let's say you bought $1,000 of Bitcoin at $5 when it was $5, and now you got it, what would that be? It'd be like what, $11 million? Okay, so you had $1,000 when you bought it, and you had it on your smartphone, your blockchain encryption key on your smartphone. And if it was worth 11 million, would you trust your smartphone to store that blockchain key that says that you own that $11 million? Would you trust your smartphone? Would you be that stupid to walk around in today's day and age to have $11 million key on your phone when people have technology where they can walk through a store and clone your phone walking by it? Like, you know? Like, it's absolutely stupid. And considering $70 million isn't a lot. If you bought Bitcoin at $5, $70 million is basically about, $5,000-$6,000. Well, that's not much too. All these Bitcoin vaults online, like NiceHatch and Coinbase and all of those, where you store your encryption key. You can't trust those. It's called third-party, what is it? Third-party counter risk, okay? If you ain't holding it, you don't own it, all right? That's another thing. The really, really rich people that have a ton of money in Bitcoin, they have their encryption keys on a hard drive that are not connected to the internet. It's like a backup hard drive. They put their encryption key with all their Bitcoin on a hard drive and then unplug it off the internet. It can't be stolen. There's places, actually I was watching there's this place in Switzerland that took an old mine, turned it into a Bitcoin vault for the ultra rich. And they just store hard drives. No internet connection in the mine at all. There's no internet, no Wi-Fi, there's nothing. It's a hole in the ground where they're putting hard drives of the rich that have encryption, the blockchain keys of their wealth fortune. If you're really smart, that's how you do it. But if you keep it like in Coinbase or the Bitcoin wallets and that, because you want to use the Bitcoin, it's going to get stolen. You think some hacker's sitting there and he's like, there's like You know, $100 million sitting there, and all there is a firewall stopping you. How do you think those little hackers are sitting there? Well, we're gonna get in there and we're gonna take it. I know myself personally. If I had $1 million worth of Bitcoin, it wouldn't be on anything connected to the internet. But I'd probably cash it out and buy bullion, and then I'd have the physical bullion sent to me, and I would bury it. Because you ain't holding it, you don't own it. Anything that anybody else can access is just waiting for someone to take it. I'd rather be sitting on $1 million worth of bullion in the ground with me on top with a gun in my hand. There you go. You ain't getting it. So when I hear these stories about these hacks, I just laugh. It's like, oh, you. Well, I know there's no physical bitcoins because it's digital currency. It's blockchain technology. Oh, I wouldn't forget, Tracy, where I put it. Never would I forget. It'd be like, anyways. We can all have hindsight, 2020. Like, I should have bought more jackets in 91, and I should have bought Bitcoin. So where's the money at? Invest in jackets in 91? Or Bitcoin in 2000, what was it, 2011? No, you exchange it for fiat currency, then you take your fiat currency and you go buy bullion, and then you physically have the bullion. That's how you do it. You gotta keep the conversion going. You don't sit on the fiat currency. No. Well, folks, I'm gonna have my breakfast. What is bullion? You're giving me a lesson on currencies and telling me how to store stuff, and you don't know what bullion is? Google. It's amazing. Try it. It sounds like you're half informed. No. I'm going to go have my breakfast and get my day underway here because I want to go do the Goose Shed. I want the Goose Shed done today. And if I sit here and chat much longer, it's going to drag out. And it's going to be light here very soon. And I'm really, really excited about doing it. I'm motivated today about doing the Goose Shed. I'm motivated. Good morning, George. Unfortunately, George, I'm just about to leave because I'm going to go have my breakfast so that I can do my Goose Shed project today. Because I want to show everybody, I'm thinking maybe by noon, we're going to have a stream of me with a finished Goose Shed, or we're going to have a stream this morning of me finishing the Goose Shed. I don't know how it's going to transpire today, because like I said, I got to focus. And if I find that if I'm screwing with the camera, trying to set it up inside the metal shed to do this today, and if it's going to slow me down, I ain't going to do it. I'm not going to lie to you, okay? I might turn the water camera, the bathtub camera, what I'll do is I'll turn it towards the door of the shed so you can see me working. I think that's how it's going to happen. So I'm thinking inside the building, I can't have a camera in there because I'll end up having an accident, knocking the camera over. So I can't do that. I can't take a chance because I just got to focus because I got a bit of a mess in there, and it's only 10 foot by 13 in there, so it's not like a lot of room to work with. Yesterday, eggs, 25 regular eggs and 3 double yolkers. That's what I got yesterday. We got a big load. This year, the old food bank is going to have a lot of eggs because they're open the 19th and the 20th. I've got a fridge packed with eggs, which I'm hoping to get a load to them here soon. Which I'm thinking after I get the winter gun done to my head, I'm going to do a trip and drop them all off. Because they're not even open until the 19th. So there's no rush. And I can store them in the back room anyway, so it's cold back there. But this Christmas, We are going to put a lot of eggs on people's tables for Christmas time. No. We might get more egg production with the geese separated because there'll be less harassment. I know one thing: when female ducks get harassed, they don't produce a lot of eggs. They get, like, when the drakes are harass them, they don't. It's much better if they're not getting relaxed. Much better. So, much better. When they're relaxed, females pump out eggs, and M&R feeds. Actually, while I got you on the line, let's just see. Joey doesn't know that we're live here, but I won't tell him we're live. I'm just going to ask him a question. If the feed showed up. If it did, we'll go tomorrow, or maybe this afternoon if I get the goose shed done. They don't produce as many eggs with the duck pellets as they do with the layer pellet, the layer mix. And Joey's not answering. He must be busy. I should have called him at 6:30. No answer. Poor Joey's by himself there first thing in the morning. From 6:30 to 8, he's all by himself. No. He's serving a customer. I'll try later. But he told me that it was supposed to be picked up. The Pirie screwed up, and his normal shipment was on Tuesdays, and the guy never picked up the load on Monday from Pirie, because it's a different Pirie warehouse where the food we're getting. It's special food for the ducks this winter, because he normally doesn't. They normally don't sell layer pellets, and we need pellets because the ducks and crumble is just too messy. Too messy and too much waste. Do you hear the little duck in the back room? She never shuts up. I'm thinking this weekend she's going to go with the other ducks. I think this weekend she's going to go. She's eating. She ate half a jug of food yesterday. So she's eating. I was worried about that, but now she's eating. So I'm thinking this weekend. Once the geese are separated and the separation has taken place, they will throw her in with the other ducks. So, considering what shape she was in, she has done an amazing recovery. Because honestly, folks, when I found her, I thought she was axe medicine. She looked like she'd been mauled. So, I'm very happy that she's doing well. I'm more happy than you can imagine. I'm not gonna throw her, Virginia. You know what I mean. I throw ducks into the water, but I would not throw them into the pen. So I'm gonna say goodbye and get my act into gear here so that I can go and work on the goose shed. I really want to go work on the goose shed, so I gotta get out. I haven't even got my toaster oven heating up yet, so I'm gonna say goodbye. Oh, 2 cracks in one morning on my elbow. Okay, I'm gonna say goodbye, and I will probably have the bathtub camera facing the shed today, so you can see me struggling with the chloroplast in the cold and working, getting the goose shed ready. I'm really excited to see what this goose shed is going to look like. It's going to be bright, especially with the white on the bottom. It's going to look good. I'm pumped. All right, so I'm going to say goodbye. Thanks for joining me for coffee, and we'll see you later today.